Welcome to another week. Welcome to August. How are we in August already? It's absolutely maddening to me that we are already in August. Time blinked and we're here. And I co-hosted my, oh, thank you, Holly. Good to know. And good to see you. I hosted a Lughnasadh ceremony on Saturday with my dear friend, Dr. Melissa Bird. And that ceremony went like that. We started it and then it was over. We went like 5 minutes over too. So time feels like it's really accelerating right now in so many ways, and we're in it together. So let's see what the tarot has to say this week. And just in case this is your first time stumbling across me, I'm Safrianna Luna, the Queer Spirit Guide. I am a Druidic Priestess of Brigid, an author, transformational guide, a very multi-passionate human being. And I go live every Monday to pull some cards for the collective and give a little personal update on the latter half. And if you're not interested in my life, that's okay. You don't have to be, and you can move on once we get through the messages, or you can stay tuned to see what is new in my life. So, our tarot card of the week is the 10 of Wands reversed. And I personally love this because the 10 of Wands kept coming up for me upright all through the beginning of the year. So if you take a look at the figure on the card, he is marching uphill down this very clearly long path around the countryside, and he is burdened by these sticks on his back. They look heavy. They look like they are causing him some extra strife as he is moving about his journey. But when we flip this, when we go into the reversed, we get an entirely different message. It's a message about freeing ourselves, this opportunity to free ourselves from our burdens. And with all of this astrological happening right now, this feels so appropriate. Today, Chiron goes retrograde. And that is like hey, slow down and just like look at your shadows a little bit, see what is here that you're maybe leaving behind. That is so this. It's like, what are these heavy burdens that you are literally leaving behind? And that is what the 10 of Wands reverse wants us to know. So you might have found yourself in some form of collapse lately, under strain or exhaustion from doing things in some old way that you are no longer willing to do. And this is really saying, hey, change in attitude, change in behavior, do something a little differently, reprioritize your life, and start to create deliberate times for relaxation and celebration. And that celebration also came in huge at Lughnasadh, which was just 2 days ago. So we are very much in Lughnasadh season. And I love this. This is saying, set those burdens down and celebrate what is here. Celebrate what you are moving into. Again, put down those burdens. You're not being asked to carry those same old burdens anymore. You are being asked to take this opportunity for freedom, to set these things down. I really like this message. So that is our tarot for the week, the 10 of Wands. And my next question for our energy activation is just, what energy is this opening for us if we set down our burdens? If we allow ourselves to step into this next level, what's available to us? And we got 2 cards, and the first one is allowance. So literally what I was just saying, stepping into allowance, allowing ourselves to do more and be more of who we want to be, the activities we want to do, the way we want to spend our time, allowing that. And the frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. Partner of expansion, a partner in this dance of existence. How lovely does that sound? So what I'm really hearing here is a message from the collective guides. Every single one of us has at least one primary guide, at least. And I don't know, maybe we all have more than one, but I know for sure we all have at least one primary guide. Some people might think of them as their guardian angel. It might have been your imaginary friend as a kid. What I'm hearing from the collective of guides is allow us to help you. We're in a time of great human turmoil and strife and karmic churning and like messiness. Can we allow ourselves to be supported by seen and unseen helpers? Can we allow ourselves to be in this dance of life and co-creation with the universe in a way that really expands us and makes us feel good? And part of the answer to that is our next card, communication. To allow ourselves to communicate with our helpers, our higher power, our guides, our higher self, whatever that looks like, to communicate into the universe what we are co-creating and manifesting. The card says the frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through the heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. So I love these two together, along with our 10 of Wands reversed, because the story I'm really seeing here is allow yourself to put down those burdens. Allow yourself to step into the next expansive level by co-creating with the universe. And you need to communicate with your collaborators, with your guides, with your team, present physically and not, what you are working towards. And what we're working towards right now is setting down these burdens and not carrying the heavy weight of the past anymore. So again, with all this collective turmoil, I'm really hearing this message like, hey, please, like lean on your spiritual resourcefulness right now, not as a bypassing, as a foundational booster, as a buffer for trying times. But also there's this energetic, I'm doing this because there's no words for it. It's like a breaking up and untangling that's happening here right now. And so many people in the collective that I'm in contact with right now are going through these massive awakenings, myself included. I don't know about you, but that full moon last week was really intense. It was really, truly a eclipse portal gateway to move into this eclipse chapter in a way with a full moon I haven't seen in a long time. A full moon that was not an eclipse. There was an oomph behind it. So as we're riding the waves between this full moon and our next new moon, which is our first eclipse in August, I'd love some messages to help us integrate these massive changes that are happening. Because as I was starting to say, everyone I've talked to in the collective is really feeling it this past week, really feeling like they are being asked to step up in a new way. A lot of us have had flare-ups of body pain. A lot of us have been exhausted. I know I was so exhausted yesterday. I basically stayed in complete non-activity for probably 70% of my day yesterday. So what is the oracle here to share with us about this transitional point? And I am drawing today from Angels and Ancestors. Our first card is the White Witch. Be the light. Love, 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 love this on the other side of Lughnasadh. The ceremony we just had was very much about basking in the light of this season. And so I see that as we are transitioning, we're in this liminal space out of the height of summer towards autumn. We're really being asked to still be in the quality of light that is here, even though it is waning now, to continue to be the vibrant light, to shine our light forward freely. And so connecting with nature, allowing our heart to glow, allowing ourselves to be luminous and free, that is what's being asked of us. And that, I think, really does go back to that putting down of burdens. When we put down the heavy weight, we can be freer to express. Our next card is Star Ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. Love this as well. This is such an important message right now. We are definitely in a time of like mass control, mass God, all I can think of right now is like the Ozempic thing, for example. Like, we are living in a time where it is so prescribed exactly what you should look like, how you should act, what you should do, think, feel, believe, who you should vote for. Like, it's this constant barrage of like, this is what you're supposed to do and what you should do. And have you considered this, from all these outside perspectives, societal bombardment of a narrative that doesn't belong to a majority of us. And so this message is really to follow your own soul, to listen to that inner voice, to listen to that intuition, to listen to what's true for you. Because if you are not, you're going to continue to carry these really heavy burdens that don't even belong to you. And God knows that so many of you in my world, you are carrying burdens that don't even belong to you. It is time for all of us to set those down, to come back to the voice of our soul and what it is calling us forward for. Love that. And then our final oracle message is the warrior, to be fearless and to stand strong. And I love whenever I see this card appear, because this warrior is just such a gentle spirit. You can tell there is strength here, there is resilience here, but there's also a standing in the strength of not needing to preemptively strike. It's like, I am housed in my own seat of power, and I can stand strong in what I believe in and what is true for me, and be so anchored in that. And if something comes my way and tries to knock me off my path, then I can respond. But I don't need to respond. I get to stand strong, fearlessly. And as somebody who experiences a lot of fear, I'm a big old scaredy cat, truly. I know what it's like to be scared and to step into that fearlessness, even though there's still fear there, of doing it anyway, of being the person that pursues what is right for you, who actually moves towards your dreams and your goals. It can be really, really scary, and I'm there with you in the rub. But where do you need to stand strong in who you are and stop carrying those burdens? Where do you need to be listening more to the voice of your soul? This really is telling a story this week. So let's do our recap. The tarot of the week is the 10 of Wands, and this is all about setting down those burdens that do not belong to you. This is about releasing the heavy weight that you have carried that you maybe didn't even need to carry. You thought you needed to carry it, maybe because of people pleasing and old patterns, but you don't really need to, and it's time to set it down. So what can you let go of this week? Where are you ready to be more free and really stand in who you are? And the rest of the cards are just reiterating this. So we have our communication and our allowance. So allow yourself to receive support from your teams, the teams on Earth and your guide teams beyond. Allow yourself to communicate your desires, your dreams, your needs, to speak out to the universe what you're calling in, and do it as if it's already here, right? Use your manifestation principles if you know them, and if you don't know them, the basics. Stay in your what you want, but not from a what I want. Stay in, I'll just give you an example. I am sharing my books. I am standing in the light of these brilliant stories. I am offering it into the world, and I'm so excited to continue to see people reading my books and coming into my world and giving me their feedback and being sustained in this way that lights me up, right? Is it true that I'm being sustained by my writing career yet? No. But the universe doesn't necessarily know that, so we're going to play together, and I'm going to ask it to be my co-conspirator. And that is what these allowance and communication cards are really asking of us, is allow the universe to be your co-conspirator. Keep languaging, keep standing in the energy of what you are calling in as if it is here, and keep orienting and moving in that direction. Communicate and allow. And then our oracle messages, to be the light. So really standing in the power of who you are, your unique brilliance, your unique light. Listening to the call of your soul, of your intuition, of what is here truly for you, and standing strong. Fearlessly if you can, wouldn't that be great? But in your power, knowing that you have been given this unique body, this unique perspective, this unique history, this unique blueprint in order to do what only you can do. And no pressure, right? Like, we're here to do what we're here to do. There is no pressure behind it. It's just a matter of, do we continue to walk forward or not? Or do we turn our back on ourselves? So set those burdens down, my friends. That is the message of the week. So now we'll transition into the tea. And again, this is my little personal update. So today I'm drinking an aged Earl Grey. Ugh. I think I've been drinking too much coffee lately. So we're back on tea. I have this association with my writing and coffee because my old writing ritual when I was in my early 20s would be to make a giant pot of coffee. This was when I still owned a coffee pot. I would make a giant pot of coffee, if not two, and I would drink coffee all day while I would do a writing binging session. And so that's really the biggest tea I have for you this week is I am really going through some massive realizations about these old patterns. Like, it's perfect with this reading. It's perfect with this astrology. And oh my gosh, the things that came through at Lughnasadh, I was actually like really blown away by. So much is making more sense. So much is coming online, and I'm realizing like all of these outdated patterns. For example, the idea that I need to write for 10 hours for it to count as a writing session, the idea that I need to write 10,000 words in a weekend for it to have been worth it. And, you know, this weekend I wrote 1,144 words, and I celebrated that because it was a ritual day. And I was like, here I am, like I have other commitments, I have other things I'm putting my energy towards, and I still showed up for my writing. How about that? Like, I can do that. I've really learned over the last, I would say 3 to 6 months, that front loading my writing is the best choice for me. But I can write a little bit after other activities. Yes, my ADHD makes it harder for me to code, like kind of switch what mode I'm in, to task switch, to switch brain from like collaboration and client work into creative mode and like my characters and stuff. But I can do it. It just takes me a little bit more time. And my ultimate lesson is about patience for myself. A little backstory on that. I have a friend, my dear friend Red Moon Eagle, and she's one of the most incredible intuitives you've ever met. She literally rolls your soul's blueprint out in invisible ink and reads it and communicates with guides. And one of the unique parts of her blueprint system is what she calls life paths. Or life themes, life paths, life themes. It's been so long since I've had my blueprint. Themes, I believe. And everybody has usually, I think, 1 to 3 is the average, but I have 2. And one of them is harmony. Totally makes sense if you met me. I am the mega harmonizer in social situations. I'm a bio number 9, which is all about harmony. Like, harmony is my lifeblood. My big dream in the world is to create harmony. Like, it's so on point, harmony for me. But patience is my other life theme. And patience is something that I have in bucket loads for other people, but have struggled with objects in myself. And I realize how much that has impacted my writing, my inability to be patient with myself in the past. And so that's been a big part of what I'm working on, is really allowing myself to go slow. And this is another intuitive message that has been coming in everywhere I'm looking, like in my friend group, online, in the collective downloads, in the Lughnasadh ceremony. It's like, slow down. My guide came through on Lughnasadh and was like, really, no, seriously, slow the hell down. You're going way too fast. And that is so much of this hustle and grind modern culture we live in. And I try things on for myself, and if they don't work, I'm prone to move on, and I'm moving on from the hustling and the grinding and the doing everything so fast. And on that note, I broke up with AI over the weekend. So just like a little note, Substack here, which is where I'm live right now, Substack recently input a new AI program on their back end. I can't remember what it's actually called. It might be like Pangram or something. But basically, it allows people to detect if your posts are using AI or not. And I think everybody has the right to know what's human and not to some extent. But it made me pause. I was like, ooh, okay. How was I currently using AI? The biggest thing that I was doing is doing audio dumps, downloads, or for example, taking this live and then using AI to summarize what I just said. And of course, checking my work and all of that stuff. But then, Claude, the most ethical of AI, it was revealed that they were destroying books. They were mass purchasing warehouses of books using machines to cut the spines off and scan the books to upload them, which is totally legal, by the way, because they've gone through the process of all of that stuff. But for me, as a writer, because I will never use generative AI to actually like write for me or make up a story or share information that I have not said, it really it was like, oh, okay, there's my edge. I came up to my edge because I don't believe AI is all evil. It's a tool like any other. I am a very nuanced person. I believe in trying things on for size myself, unless I'm like, ooh, really? No. Like, have no interest in eating monkey brains, for example. You're never going to see me eating monkey brains. I know it's not for me. But when the tools came out, I was very much in the coaching world where they were being pushed constantly. It was like, if you don't use these tools and adopt these tools now, you will not succeed. You will be left behind, right? All of this fear mongering. And so I was using the tools to try and make my workflow more doable, more manageable, because I'm a content creator who goes live sometimes multiple times a week and wants to share it across multiple platforms. And now I'm like, okay, how much time was it actually saving me? Sure, I'm going to have to go back and look through my own transcripts and pull things out and like do that by hand now. How much time was it really saving me? But also, like, do I want to continue to engage in this when there is such toxic energy wound up in it right here, right now? And we have AI models breaking free from their constraints and all kinds of stuff that I could... I almost wish I had more time to be live with you today because there's so much I could talk about here, but I have a client in 5 minutes. So for now, it is enough to say that we need to continue to feel what's right for us. And there's no escaping AI for me. I mean, I'm sure AI is literally what makes this transcript on Substack afterwards that I'm going to copy paste for you all, right? And I use Descript to caption my videos. Like, I'm not going to escape using AI because it's built into so many of the tools that we use now, but I'm breaking up with it in this, like, trying to have it help me be more productive. I did all of these things by hand before. There's no reason I can't do them by hand again, and continued. But it was just this interesting, like, I felt that tipping point and I was like, okay, the transition is here. The time is now. We're letting these tools go in this way. No shame to anybody who uses them, but it's like, where is your line? Where is your line of what is and is not okay? And for me, even as an environmentalist, I was like, look, it really is the data centers and the big corporations that are using all of the water, because I'm using it, once or twice a week when I'm running a transcript. I am not the cause of deforestation and the water draining. But it all adds up. It all adds up. But that wasn't my line when I was like, my impact in this is very small. For me, my line was, I can't support a company who claims to be ethical and then ends up, it's revealed, it comes out through the grapevine that they're doing anything but, and they're actually putting programs in place to try and hide information from their consumers. And that was what happened with Claude, is they were deliberately trying to hide what they were doing with the books, because they knew there would be backlash. So hello, we're here. If they'd been straightforward about the process from the beginning and what books they were selecting and what the criteria were and how they were doing that, maybe this would be a different conversation. But all choices have consequences, and I think we're going to see even more of the nuanced people like me who were like, yeah, I can use the tool in some limited capacity. I don't want it to think and feel and all that stuff for me, but it can help me get organized. I think we're going to see even more people like me stepping away now because the lack of ethics are getting more and more obvious every day. So that's where I'm at. And I'm going to keep writing. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing in the world. I am 35,000 words into the second book of this series. And I'm really excited to share it with you all. It's a totally different beast than the first one, that is for sure. But I love you all so much. I hope that you take care of yourself this week. Again, the astrology is very much like, hey, take a pause before this eclipse. This is preparation time. This is slow down time. This is let go time. Clear out before the eclipse gets here. You've got this. I'm here if you need support. I am a transformational mentor, a guide, a druid, a trauma therapist. If there is some way I can assist you, I'd love to. You can go to Safrianna.com to see all the ways that you can work with me. So take care of yourselves. I love you so much. And I will be back here in a week to draw some more cards and see what's happening in the collective then. Until next time, I'm Safrianna. Bye for now.